Yes, good morning, students. How are you? Yes, Mohammad Rafi, good morning. Sai Srikar, Roshan, sir, your evening class is cancelled. Yes, because of webinar arranged. So class is cancelled. But you can take class from 3:50 to 5. How? If webinar is there, how can we take the class? Sai Teja, Raju, Abhiram, everyone, good morning. Good morning. Achha, webinar is at 5. Okay. No, actually point is it will again take time enough. Already you are sitting in the classes from morning and if it goes from 5 o'clock to 6:37, then you will become very much tired. So that is why, to give you a little break, this last lecture is dismissed. Got it? Hello. So going to, let's see, first of all, what did we discuss? Where we are and all. We are in isomers. Is it completed isomers for you? Up to here we have done. Yes, I'm fine. I'm super. Okay. The answers I have already written in this one. First of all, I will arrange your notes. Just wait for a couple of minutes. And even the others also need to join in. So by the time, I will arrange your notes. Select either say. Okay. I'm erasing all the answers so that we can do them afresh. Yes, your notes is ready. Select. Your last question was write the yes. Yes. This was your last question, na? Given in the homework. Write all acyclic isomers of C5H12O. C5H12O. So taking this question here, you tell me your answers. How many isomers you got for this question? What is your answer? 5, 10, 15, what it is? Tarun 14, Roshan 12. Again, Tarun, you send once. Don't disturb in between. Whatever I am asking, just for that you reply. Surya 13. Any other answers? Yes. Roshan is asking, sir, how to know all isomers are written or not? Very good question. To confirm that all the isomers are written or not, how is it? It is only one method is there. There are no formulae to calculate the total number of isomers. So it is only a systematic writing of isomers is only the one possible where you will able to write all the isomers without missing any of them and also without repeating any of the structure also. I will explain you here, you see, with this example, how to write in a systematic manner. First of all, C5H12O is the compound molecular formula. With this molecular formula, what is the degree of unsaturation? What is the DU of this compound? C5H12O. If you ignore oxygen, C5H12 is for saturated compound, CnH2n plus 2. So DU is 0. If DU is 0 means there are no pi bonds, no rings. Straight chains are there. But there are no pi bonds and also there are no rings. Then how do you utilize oxygen? Is there any saturated functional group is there to utilize oxygen? Is the two saturated functional groups are there to utilize it as a to utilize oxygen in the functional group, that is alcohol and ether. So there are two types of compounds you have to write: set of alcohol isomers and the set of ether isomers. Okay, and all together you have to give the answer. He's not asking like write all the acyclic alcohol isomers of C5H12O like that. He has not mentioned enough which isomers he has to be. We have to write. So you have to write the total number of isomers. So total, if you come to total number of isomers, then it will be like first of all, you see the systematic way how to write. First, I will write with the alcohols. If I write with the alcohols, alcohol isomers, first is 5 carbon chain I will take, where all you can keep OH group. This is one type of alcohol you will get. This is a second type of alcohol you will get, And this is the third type of alcohol you will get. Three types of alcohols you will get. They are 1-pentanol, 2-pentanol, 3-pentanol. Understood or not? 1-pentanol, 2-pentanol, and 3-pentanol. With the 5 carbons in straight chain. Okay. Then I will take 4 carbons only in straight chain and 1 carbon as a branch. Then if you put OH group on this carbon, you will get first alcohol. On this carbon, second alcohol. On this carbon, third alcohol. On this carbon, fourth alcohol. That means you will be getting for this compound 4 alcohols. 1, 2, 3, 4. Understanding? The 4 alcohols I have written. Then here you got 3. Here you got 4. This with this carbon skeleton, and another carbon skeleton is also possible with the 3 only in the parent chain. With the 3 only in the parent, yes. With the 3 only in the parent chain and 2 as 2 methyl groups. Here, all alcohols, all carbons are similar that you can keep on any of the carbon OH group. You will be getting same alcohol. That is OH, this one. So here you will be getting 1. So total number of alcohol isomers are 8. Understanding? Total number of alcohol isomers are 8. Copy this page. Completed. We'll go to the next page. Yes, Lokesh. Next, ether isomers. Ether isomers will have ethereal linkage. Oxygen will be there. So 5 carbons are there. I will take 4 carbons on one side, 1 carbon on another side. Then I will take the 4 carbons in a branched manner that I will take it as like this. Then I can take methyl I have taken on this carbon. I can take methyl on this carbon also. That I can make it as. Then I can also take like this. These are all C4 and C1. These are all C4 and C1. C4 plus C1. Then N-butyl, secondary butyl, isobutyl, tertiary butyl. 4 possibilities. Okay. Then with a C3 and C2 I will write. With a C3 and C2. This one are possible. And then another one is possible Is there any other possibilities there? C3, C2. C3, C2. If you take this side C2, then this side C3, that is same as these two. So C4, C1, C3, C2. So total number of ether isomers are 6. So total number of isomers of C5H12O is equal to 8 plus 6, that is 14. Is the answer. Got it? Copy this page. Yes, Roshan.
Sir, in first column, sir, why we cannot take C in the first carbon?
Is C on the first carbon?
Yes, sir.
Then that is this only, na? This is this only.
Sir, and also no need to count hydrogens, sir.
Hydrogens will automatically satisfy, na? If du is 0, you have not, you don't have any pi bond or ring. I did not take any pi bond or ring in any of the structures. Then automatically hydrogens will be satisfied.
Okay, sir.
Then yes, copy this one. Anybody is still writing? Can you say pentane 1-ol as N-pentanol? What is this N-pentanol? N is that small letter N, not capital letter. Then also you cannot call that as N-pentanol. That is a N-pentyl alcohol. N is for the common name. Copied. So how many? What is the answer you got for this structure, for this question? बोलो जल्दी बोलो. 3, 12. Eight, 13. No, it is not. The C6H13 will be radical. C6H13 can be radical, not C6H12 means compound. What is the du of this compound? Du is equal to 1. And this du is equal to 1. Already he is saying 1 pi bond, 1 ring, and he is saying that cyclic means ring compounds they are. Ring means no pi bond, only ring. Only ring. So if this is a compound, this is a compound with the du1 and that too only one ring. So all the 6 carbons I will take in this, in the ring itself, cyclohexane. Yes, cyclohexane. Then I will decrease the chain, the ring size 1 and will make it as a methyl cyclohexane. We'll make it as methyl cyclohexane, methyl cyclopentane. Okay. Then next is one more carbon chain I will decrease. The leftover 2 carbon atoms. The leftover 2 carbon atoms I will take as a ethyl. And this ethyl can be kept anywhere in that is same. So ethyl cyclobutane you will be getting. And now these 2 carbons, extra carbons, what you have taken here as ethyl, now I will take as a 2 separate carbon atoms as 2 methyl groups. So when they are two methyl groups, they can be kept at different positions. That I start with 1,1 dimethyl butane, then 1,2 dimethyl butane, then 1,3 dimethyl butane. So with the butane, 4 isomers are possible. That is ethyl cyclobutane, then dimethyl cyclobutane. 1,1 dimethyl, 1,2 dimethyl, 1,3 dimethyl. This and these are chain isomers. This and these are chain isomers. This and these are chain isomers. Got it? Then I will decrease the chain length much more. Cyclic chain length much more. So I took it as only 3-membered ring. Then rest of the 3 carbon atoms, I will take like a straight chain, and I will take this carbon chain linked through this carbon. Now I link cyclopropane through this carbon. Got it? Then I will take all the 3 carbons, we took it as a single branch. Now we will take them separately as a methyl and ethyl. Methyl and ethyl. Or you see, I can write it as a CCC. Then CCC. Then that ethyl also separated into 2 methyls, that 1,1,2 dimethyl. Then all the 3 methyls on the individual carbon atoms separately. 1, 2, 3 trimethyl. So total with cyclohexane 1 structure, cyclopentane 1 structure, with the cyclobutane 4 structure, with the cyclopropane 6 structure. So total 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is the answer. Got it? Sir, DU after what? DU after what means? Here, DU is 1. The DU1 can be a pi bond or ring, but pi bond is not possible because already you are fixing the ring structure. 2 cyclopropanes as a spiro compound will make a DU2. But DU1 only is possible now, Rushil. The DU is 1 only. Na? How can you write 2 rings? Monocyclic. Completed. We'll go to the next page. Anybody's writing, copying? No. Okay. So take down the next question. Write all the functional isomers of possible for the general formula of CnH2n -1n. I have given a similar type of 2 more questions. One I will show you, then the remaining 2 you can take as homework. Okay. So first of all, if you put n value 2 here, what do we get? The formula C2H 2 into 2 4 minus 1 H3n. What is the DU of this compound? DU of this compound. Whenever nitrogen is present, what should you do? From the total number of carbon atoms, you have to remove 1 hydrogen. So number of hydrogen atoms will become 2. Number of carbon atoms are 2. That means C2H2. C2H2 means degree of unsaturation is 2. Degree of unsaturation is 2. And once the degree of unsaturation is 2, it can be different possibilities are there. 2 pi bonds possible, one ring plus one pi bond possible and two rings possible. But here two rings case will not be possible because here it is not possible. With normally DU2 it is possible, but here it is not possible because the atoms which can form the rings are only three. With the three atoms, if you have to form two rings, minimum 4 atoms are needed, like this. Minimum 4 atoms are needed. So with the 3 atoms, you can form a maximum only one ring. Therefore, I am eliminating this possibility. Then 2 pi bond possibility I will take forward. 2 pi bonds. In these 2 pi bonds, I will take the carbon skeleton like carbon, carbon, nitrogen, and also I can take it as a carbon, nitrogen, carbon. If I take carbon, carbon, nitrogen, I can put the double bond. I can put okay, this we will write later on. 2 pi bonds as 2 double bonds, and also possible as 1 triple bond. That also is there, na? So as 2 double bonds, you can keep it like this. That it can be CH2 double bond, C double bond, NH. Then C N C. Don't copy. C N C. Can I put the 2 double bonds like this? If I put the double bonds like this, yes, it is possible with a positive charge on nitrogen and 2 hydrogens on carbon atoms. But what is the molecular formula becoming? C2H4N. But the molecular formula here is C2H3N only. Therefore, this structure will not be possible. Okay. The next, coming to triple bond. With this carbon chain, sorry, nitrogen. Triple bond can be between 2 carbon atoms, or triple bond can be between carbon and nitrogen atom also. And if you take like this, you can take the triple bond with any of the carbon atom like this with a dative bond. So this is alkene amine, NH2. This is a methyl cyanide. This is methyl isocyanide. Then coming to the next possibility, that is a 1 ring plus 1 pi bond. 1 ring plus 1 pi bond. First of all, the ring is like this one. And here 2 positions are there to put the pi bond. This is a position A, this is position B. So if you put the pi bond on position A, then it will be like a double bond HCH2. And if you put the position of double bond at position B, then it will be like NH, H, H. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 isomers are possible. 6 functional isomers are possible. All of them are functional isomers. No, none of the functional group is repeated, you see. Here it is carbon, carbon double bond, carbon, nitrogen double bond. Here it is a carbon, carbon triple bond and NH2. Here it is carbon triple bond nitrogen. That is cyanide. This is isocyanide. And here it is a carbon, nitrogen double bond. But here is carbon, carbon double bond with amine. Like that, total 6 isomers are possible. Copy this one. Completed, everyone? We'll go to the next page. This is a way of systematic writing. I think you have understood it. So don't randomly solve the questions. You have to solve in a disciplined manner. Then only you will be reaching to the correct answer. Irregularly solving any question will lead to mistakes. Next, take down these questions as a homework. Completed? Yes, completed, Venkat Tarun. Okay. Next to type is a metamers. Metamers. In a metamers, see, is a fourth type of structural isomers. First of all, before going to metamers, we should know what are monovalent functional groups and polyvalent functional groups, like a divalent, trivalent, tetravalent, like that. So monovalent functional groups are the one which will have a single free valency through which they will be attached with a single carbon chain. They will be attached with a single carbon chain. Such a type of functional groups are monovalent functional groups, like SH also you can take. Then aldehyde also. Aldehyde already I have taken. SO3H you can take. Then NH2 you can take. Like this, these are all monovalent functional groups. Okay. So then next one is a divalent functional group. Divalent functional groups are such functional groups which will have two free valencies. So through which they will be linked with two carbon chains. With the two carbon chains, they will be linked. Got it? They are divalent functional groups. And then trivalent functional groups are the one which will be linking with three carbon chains. And trivalent functional groups are possible only with a tertiary amine and a tertiary amide. Amine-amide. Okay. Now, if metamerism has to be shown, then the minimum they should be divalent or trivalent. Monovalent functional groups cannot show metamerism. Monovalent functional groups cannot show metamerism. Now you see the point what it is. When two isomers have same functional groups containing heteroatoms like oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur, but have different nature of alkyl or aryl groups. Aryl means aromatic groups like phenyl, toluene, naphthyl, like that. So different nature of alkyl or aryl groups attached to the heteroatoms functional groups, then they are called metamers. There is like this functional group. Let us say like a ether functional group is there. Ether functional group is there. The ether functional group on either side, whatever carbon chains are there. Listen, Venkat, I have not completed. Listen. Listen. I have not completed the discussion. Still it is going on. Suppose if I take ether linkage, and on ether linkage, left side, right side, you will be having two carbon chains. If you change the nature of these carbon chains, then they will become metamers. Okay, suppose if I take here, three carbon chains are there, here one carbon chain is there, and I will shift this carbon here, and I will write another one like this. Then these two are metamers. Understanding? If you change the nature of alkyl or aryl groups present on either side of the functional groups and write the new structural isomer, then they two together can be metamers. Change in the nature of alkyl chains present on either side of the functional groups are called metamers. Okay. So one point here is whenever you are writing functional isomers, you should keep the functional group constant. If there is any modification happens to functional group, then they will not become metamers, that directly they will become functional isomers. Because the priority order is in this manner that if any two compounds are given, if they are having, suppose, functional isomerism is visible, chain isomerism is also visible. Based on the priority order, you have to decide both of them as functional isomers only. Even chain isomerism is also visible. Understanding? So when two compounds are given, two isomers are given, and you want to relate between them, you want to give the relation between them, then this is the priority order. First of all, you have to check for functional isomers. If there is any difference in functional isomers, functional groups, then they are functional isomers irrespective of chain length or positions or metamerism or any other thing. They are functional isomers only. If there is no functional group difference, then you have to check between, then you have to check for metamers. So if metamerism, chain isomerism, positional isomerism, all are there, but still you have to call them as metamers only. If metamerism is not there, that the two carbon chains on either side of the parent, either side of the functional group are constant or same in both the isomers, then no metamerism. Then you have to go to positional and chain isomerism, that you will label them as chain isomers. Like that, this is a priority order in deciding what type of functional groups, what type of isomers they are. What type of isomers they are. So while writing the metamers, functional group should remain constant. Second point, while writing metamers, you can just ignore chain and positional isomers. That is what this point. While writing metamerism, you can ignore chain and positional isomers. Okay. Even chain length difference comes, then also you need not consider them as chain isomers. Then third point, keto functional group will not show metamerism. Keto functional group will not show metamerism. Sir, in seventh line, is it bi or di? First, you listen what I am explaining. If you are copying like that, how do you understand the concept? Is it our duty is to write the notes or to understand? Everyone, not only Srinayan, not only I am telling to you, when I am explaining, no, it is not nothing to like that. Srinayan, when I am explaining, you have to keep all of your effort into understanding the concept. Maximum, with the maximum interest, you have to listen to the explanation I am giving, because this much explanation will not be there in any of the books. And also, you cannot read and understand directly by yourself. Explanation is very important. This is the first time I am introducing the concept to you. So you have to listen so carefully, because the first time listening is the best time understanding. If you listen in an improper way, in a irregular manner, then the foundation itself starts loose, itself will be damaged. Then how many times you read it later on, it will not be like the original understanding. Understanding, everyone? Yes or no? Not only in chemistry, Nana, in every subject, I am telling you. In every subject, you see, you are trying for a competitive exam. Nana, IITs and NITs you are trying for. And there are not many students are practicing for the same exam. And you know the success percent. Nana, and the superheroes who will come out with the seat, they will not do the things like a majority of the people will do. They will do in a very systematic manner. You have to do in a very systematic manner that you will come out with a success. Understanding? So it is not about the intelligence. It is about how you are doing your program, how dedicatedly, how disciplined, how carefully you are completing your program. I have seen So many students who are average, but still they are in, they have completed or they are in IITs and NITs. So it is not about intelligence. It is about how you are doing it. May not today, tomorrow you will start getting the marks, but definitely you should be dedicated today and tomorrow also. Everyone. Okay. So when I am explaining, you completely listen to the explanation. And after that, you keep the hand raised. All the 100 students are there here. All 100, you keep the hand raised. For 5 minutes, you raise. For 10 minutes, you keep the hand raised. I'll wait for 10 minutes till all the people will down the hand. Maybe in between, I will be calling the names because to push you that to write little faster. Otherwise, our point is first to understand, then to copy the notes, but not reverse or only to write the notes. What is it without understanding? If you are just filling the notes, what is the use of it? Hundreds and thousands of trucks of material is already available in the market. Without writing the notes itself, they are all available. Yes or no? Listen here, all of you listen here. I will give you sufficient time to write to whatever time you want. So when you are writing metamers, functional group should be constant. Then chain and positional isomers you can ignore. Then a keto functional group will not show metamerism. Why keto functional group will not show metamerism? That I will explain at the end. There are so many institutes in which keto also will be considered into metamerism, which is a very big mistake. I will explain you why it is like that. That's a different thing. Now, first, this page, copy it. Copy this page. Sir, in the seventh line, is it a buy or a die before trivalent? Seventh line. I didn't get you what you are asking, Srinayan. It is a bivalent or a divalent. Both you can write. Anyone. Acha, this one. This one you are asking? Buy or try. That is buy. Buy or divalent. Anyone you can take. The next, what is first word in fifth line? Aryl. This is aryl. Aryl means aromatic. Then, sir, if functional group changes means it becomes functional isomers. Yes, Monish. If any difference you make to the functional group, directly they will become functional isomers. Directly they will become functional isomers. is not like, I think you are asking about this one. Akash? Acha, this one. In the order. You only tell me any type of isomers we have discussed with R. Conceptually, if you go, you can recognize, na? Pujishla isomers, right? Pujishla isomers. What more are there? These four only are there, na? Pujishla isomers, chain isomers, metamers, and functional isomers. Hetero. This is a hetero. Heteroatom functional groups. Sir, is there any compound called polycyclic? Polycyclic is possible if so many cycles are there. Star marked are the one important. It means that. Okay? This we will discuss. And now see here. Following are the examples of functional groups which can show metamerism. These are only examples. Some new functional groups also they can give. Ethers, secondary amines, tertiary amines, thioethers, esters, anhydrides, sulfonates, sulfates, sulfate esters, sulfonate esters, and sulfate esters. You can see here, there is a heteroatom. In all of them, there is a heteroatom which will cut the carbon chains into two parts. That means there will be two carbon chains will be there, like this. So they are all the functional groups which will give metamerism. Alkylidin is a different one, Ray. Why you are asking in between here when I am explaining other concept? So many times I told you ask the relevant question and other questions you can ask later on. This is alkylidin. This is cyclohexane. Then the name of the compound will become alkylidin cyclohexane. This is alkylidin, the one you are asking. The branch is attached to the parent chain through a double bond. Then it is alkylidin. Copy this page. Yes, in the last functional group, oxygen is a heteroatom. Yes. Completed, copied this page. Jai Krishna Varma. Okay. So here you see, I have given some examples. First of all, here, molecular formula is C3H6O2, and he has already told that it is an ester functional group. So first to take the ester functional group, C double bond O. If you want to maintain it as ester only, then you should not write a hydrogen this side. You should not write a hydrogen this side, because why? Why you should not write a hydrogen this side? Because it will become, it is a no more an ester, it is a carboxylic acid. It is a carboxylic acid. That is the reason why hydrogen should not be present on oxygen side. On oxygen side, always a carbon chain should be there. On carbon side, hydrogen can be there, because methanoic acid will have a hydrogen only after carbon, attached to carbon. Okay, na? So this carbon, this position, you can consider it as a CH2, CH3. This is one ester. And then one of the carbon I will shift onto this side, that it will become CH3, C double bond O, CH. These are the two esters possible, two ester metamers possible for this molecular formula. You see, this side it is C0, and this side of the ester it is C2. On either side of the functional group, we have to compare. Na? And for this functional group, this side it is C1, and this side also it is C1. Just to compare, I am telling, are the nature of alkyl chains on either side of the functional group have been altered or not? Have been modified or not? Modified and written this structure. So they are metamers. Here it is C0, C2, whereas here it is C1 and C1. So they are metamers. Like that, you compare, you work out for these two examples also. Copy this page. Those who have copied can leave also. Yes, Kiran. Completed, Anna? Chalo. You can solve doing exercise. What is there? Okay na? Take care.